This story is about how online fame, especially for young girls, can get really dark and even violent. This is a 15-year-old, okay? This is Ava. She became a TikTok star with more than 1 million followers. She posts videos of her lip syncing, dancing to trending music. But here's where it turns dark. One of her fans, who turned out to be a stalker, turned up at her family home this past summer. He blew open the front door with a shotgun. Ava's dad, who is a retired police lieutenant, ended up shooting the man dead. So what would you do if you were Ava's parents? They're letting her stay on TikTok. She's also reportedly getting thousands of dollars in sponsorship deals. Erica, what would you do?
I'm not a parent, so I can't speak from that perspective, but as someone who understands what getting your personal life violated in that way is, you cannot be a prisoner because of someone else's inability to cope with reality. So I don't think it's a terrible move that they didn't have her get off of TikTok, because then who's to say that someone else isn't going to be obsessed with her on another platform or for another reason?
Yeah, this is what I talk about all the time with celebrities posting this, posting. I'm like, one crazy person, and this is what happens, right? Someone was shot and killed, I believe, right?
Yeah,
I don't know necessarily. I'm going to have to cross this bridge, Sam. You are too, at some point. I don't know when I'm going to let my kids on social media. I have a strong stance against social media because of things like this. And what China does with their TikTok is they have a shutoff point, right? I don't know if this would prevent
10 p.m.
this. Right, 10 p.m. and then it opens up again at 6 p.m. They don't do violent videos and dance videos. They promote like success videos, kids achieving different things. So those are the videos in their thing. They're already started on this path to the future of what we should do to improve TikTok or social media, etc. And we need to jump on board, because I'm not saying that would prevent, again, this happening, but we need to do something, because this is going to happen more and more and more.
I agree with you. Again, I'm not a parent, so I can speak to what you just said about China. Be careful there. China's a really censored country. It's a very they don't even allow Twitter there. Internet is shut off. So they only promote what they want to, which in some ways is propaganda. So that is what I worry about when we talk about regulating social media, is it becomes what the government wants you to see. It gets curated for you.
Not if you have a shut-off point, to Jeff's point.
Why have a shut-off point?
Because positive images.
But then you're never seeing another side.
But why not?
China puts people in horrific human rights conditions.
Of course, but
because
I'm using their business model, not their country's
let's not compare apples and oranges here.
Right.
Let's just compare the point that Jeff brought up with the fact that there should be a shut-off point, because a lot of teenagers are up all night long.
But who's to say
addicted to their social media.
But who says what the time is? Who says what time? Why? What of freedom of expression? I'm a 15-year-old and I can't go online because I want to express something.
It's only for teenagers. Because how would that be different when certain stations that we watch here, the content changes at certain times?
You're blocking my route to freedom of expression. That's against my rights.
But when do we get involved here? When do we get involved? When you see teenagers have really high now, more than ever, of course they attribute it to social media, levels of depression, anxiety, attempted suicide, suicide. There has to be. I'm not saying China is the answer, and I don't even want to call it China. I want to be very specific here, because then our words get twisted to have some sort of a shut-off point or regulation.
And also, I just want to say, like, you're for freedom of speech on things that you want to pick and choose.
That's not true.
You want a national mandate for masks.
I want a federal mandate for masks.
What about expressing yourself in that aspect?
For public health, I think that's a different reason. I think that goes separately.
But you pick and choose your freedoms of speech.
Can I finish? Freedom of speech to me is for speech I don't like. For Nazis to be able to walk in Skokie, Illinois. For KKK to be able to walk. That's a whole reason to have freedom of speech. For speech I hate, I have to have it be protected. For the idea for children, which I agree, there needs to be...
But that is a public health issue. And I agree with you with masks.
With the epidemic of suicides, is that what you're saying?
Mental health is a public health issue.
Agreed, and maybe there should be some regulations. I'm worried about saying there's a cutoff point, because then someone who's a creative genius isn't getting that opportunity to do so. Now, I just say I'm not against regulation. I'm just really scared of going too far with it.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, that's a good point. We didn't get to hear from...
Racism is a public health issue, too.
It absolutely is.